Once upon a time, in a swamp far, far away, there was an ogre named Shrek. He loved his swamp.
Got to love my swamp.
He loved the murky water.
Love the murky water.
He loved the smells.
Love the air. Smells like poop.
But most of all, he loved the peace and quiet.
And no noise.
No one else liked the smells. No one else liked the murky water. Shrek had the swamp all to himself.
Got to love swamps.
Lord Farquaad was the ruler of Dulac. People called him Lord Tiny behind his back because he had a horrible case of Napoleon syndrome. He was entitled, he was rude, and most of all, he hated fairy tale creatures. He wanted them all out of his lands, and he would stop at nothing to find them all and evict them. He would even go so far as to interrogate poor little Dragonix Cookies. He had brought the poor cookie into his castle and was asking him the same question over and over. "Where are all the fairy tale creatures?" he yelled over and over. The poor cookie stood his ground, vowing to never snitch on his besties. After all, snitches do get stitches. But just then, Lord Tiny grabbed his leg and threatened to pull it off. "No!" screamed the poor cookie. Cookie had no choice but to give up some information. Any information. So he began by giving Lord Tiny some false leads, sending him to the Puffwump Man. Everyone knew the Puffwump Man was gangsta and wouldn't take any crap from Lord Tiny. "Do you know the Puffwump Man?" "The Puffwump Man?" asked Lord Tiny. "The Puffwump Man!" yelled the cookie. "The Puffwump Man? Who lives in Oasis Lane?" asked the confused little man. "She's married to the Puffwump Man." Even though Lord Tiny had gotten the information he thought he wanted, he pulled off the cookie's tail just for fun. Cookie ran as fast as his injured leg would take him, but he was drawn back by Lord Tiny's shady efforts. Just to have his gumdrop buttons ripped off. He took off running, yelling all the way home. See, Lord Tiny has a real complex. Back at the swamp, Lord Tiny's efforts were beginning to show. He had found the 3 blind minnows and banished them to the swamp. Shrak heard the most ear-piercing screams and came out to see what was going on.
What are you doing in my swamp?
There he found 3 little minnows running into things.
Get out!
Which one must admit was kind of funny, and wreaking all kinds of havoc.
No! My swamp!
They were happy to be in the swamp too. They didn't mind the smells.
Mine!
And they didn't mind the murky water.
No!
Sharing is caring, they said.
Sharing is bad for you.
But Shrak didn't agree. They ate his food, they took up his space, but worst of all, they ruined his peace and quiet. They just wouldn't stop talking. Shrek tried to reason with them, but everyone knows that the 3 blind minnows really just don't give a... They took over the swamp, and Shrek didn't know what to do or think.
Dang. Okay, but like... Get out!
No amount of begging and pleading was going to do anything with these 3 blind minnows. They just kept taunting him.
'Cause my swamp, my rules.
See? They just don't give a... As As Lord Tiny was more and more successful, the swamp became pretty crowded. Fairy tale creatures were running and flying and yelling everywhere. A talking donkey was minding his own business when overhead flew a fairy godmother. Achoo! She sneezed. Oh no. She knew that she had dropped some fairy dust right on Donkey's head. My bad, she said, and flew away as if nothing had happened. But something had happened. Donkey began to fly.
I'm a flying donkey.
He was now a flying talking donkey. He really thought he was better than everyone else now. The fairy tale dust didn't last forever though, and before long, Donkey could no longer fly and was merely a talking donkey. He needed to be taken down a peg, so that was good. One fairy tale creature that no one wanted to find in their bed was the big bad wolf. Since waiting in Grandma's bed was no longer an option, he took over Shrak's bed. I'm not sure any unsuspecting girls were going to find him there, but he had to try. When Shrak walked in, the wolf had one thing to say. What? Back to the annoying donkey. Well, that donkey really took a liking to Shrak, and for no reason at all was convinced that they were besties.
Heyo, my compadre!
He insisted that was the case, talking and talking and talking.
Bro, calm down.
We besties though, right?
No.
Right? Right? Right?
Shrek tried every tactic to deter the donkey.
No, we aren't.
We are, right? Why? Why?
Cause you smell like poo.
Sir, have you smelled yourself? You smell worse. Could faint right now.
Uno reverse card.
We besties still though, right?
But he sort of just gave in at one point.
If you leave, we can be friends.
Okay. I'm gonna sing you a song.
Which he quickly came to regret.
Hallelujah.
Someone save me.
Hallelujah. I can save you. Don't worry. From your boredom. Hallelujah.
It was when the donkey let Shrek know that he knew how to get his swamp back that Shrek's attention was fully captured.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. Since we're besties.
Yeah, whatever.
I know how you can get your home back.
Heyo.
So you die alone.
He let Shrek know that they could talk to Lord Tiny, the one responsible for all the fairy tale creatures in his swamp, and ask for the swamp back.
You gotta talk to Lord Tiny. Farquaad. I know the way, so I can take you there. Trust.
If you're lying, I'm kicking you out of my swamp.
Never a liar, sir. Okay.
So off they went. Back in Dulac, Donkey and Shrek tried their best to persuade Lord Tiny to give their swamp back, since Donkey was convinced the swamp was his now as well.
Tiny! Our!
Lord Tiny tried his best to pretend that he didn't know anything about the fairy tale creatures.
Forgetful ugly! Yeah, you did!
But the duo were not swayed by the facade. They persisted until Tiny finally gave in and gave them an ultimatum.
Tiny and rude. You see the Shrek?
He said that if they wanted the swamp back, they were going to have to go to the volcano, fight the dragon that was guarding Princess Fiona, rescue her, and bring her back to him so that he could marry her and become a prince. Easy enough, they thought. After a little arguing and name-calling,
Fine, whatever.
Catch these hooves if you want to call my bestie Tiny! Let's go, Shrek.
off they went. At the volcano, the dragon guarded the castle, roaring menacingly and generally just looking really cool. She took her job seriously, and getting through her was going to be a really tough job. Shrak and Donkey had no idea what they were running into. Halfway up the volcano, Shrak decided he was tired of walking and that Donkey would carry him. Wanting to please Shrak, he agreed. Anything for his bestie. Bored, Shrak decided to get ungrateful and started complaining.
Oh my good. Donkey, hurry up.
Donkey didn't take too kindly to this, so they bickered the rest of the way.
Sir! Respectfully, you ain't climbing.
Oh, my bad. Nice.
My leg's killing me.
Imagine.
Finally, at the top, Donkey was really tired, so he laid down to rest his weary hooves.
Okay, let's go find Fiona.
Okay.
When suddenly, the dragon, alerted by the incessant bickering, flew up to the top of the volcano to see what the disturbance was.
Boy.
Startled, the two gasped and exclaimed,
Where did you come from?
Oh, my lord! She breathing!
Wanting to be a hero, Donkey stated that he would deal with the dragon while Shrak found Fiona.
Like, actually though.
I'll distract her.
His idea of distracting was an unconventional one. He began to compliment her, telling her how beautiful her eyes were and junk like that.
Ooh la la! Very beautiful.
It turned out that flattery works with her, and she was stopped in her tracks by the kind words.
I'll go find Fiona.
In the meantime, Shrek set off to find Fiona.
Very beautiful teeth and eyes.
She was not deterred by Donkey's habit of talking just a little bit too much.
Yes, I talk too much though, if that's okay.
As long as he continued to compliment her. And he did.
Very pretty.
Thanks to Donkey, Shrek was successful, and they were able to get out of the castle alive.
I hate Shrek, you know.
It turned out, though, that Fiona was quite the handful. She was disappointed that she was rescued by an ogre and not some handsome prince, and she made sure that her disappointment was always felt. So,
Selfish.
you're the one who kidnapped me!
I've lived in the swamp.
And I've lived in a castle where a dragon has killed any prince who's tried to save me.
You're just spoiled.
Shrak and Fiona bickered all the time.
You all gotta chill.
Shush.
Soon Fiona leaving.
You are poo pants.
I'm more scary. Donkey, being one who adores attention, couldn't stand the bickering. They were focused on all the wrong things. Wrong things being anything that isn't him.
You don't shower.
No, you, swamp rat.
Pay attention to Donkey. Guys! Guys! Guys!
Oh, shoot.
I'm so lonely.
You smell of poo. Spoiled woman.
So he ran off and cried in a corner for a while.
Hey,
The next morning, however, the pair were shocked to see that Fiona had turned into an ogre.
You're an ogre too.
Yeah. What the? Girl.
She was not the beautiful princess anymore. At least not to us. Hi.
You're definitely made for each other. Both ugly.
Want to get out of here?
Yes.
But Shrak fell for her in her new state, and the two became very close. And she stole Shrak. His heart, that is. Shrak was racked with guilt and despair at the thought of handing Fiona over to Lord Tiny. With a plan devised, the two headed back to Dulac and handed over Fiona as promised.
So, like, give Swamp back? I found Fiona.
Give our swamp back.
Yeah. Our swamp.
Before he even considered giving the swamp back, Lord Tiny wanted to know if they had found Fiona.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No.
And he wanted his property first.
She not it.
Give Swamp back first. Trust trade. Bruh.
Bruh.
He even resorted to threats.
That's why you tiny.
How dare you?
As if you have any time.
No. I give Fiona for Swamp.
The deed to the swamp was given to Shrak and Donkey, so they moved on to the next part of their plan. Donkey's new beloved, Dragon, burst through the roof and devoured Lord Tiny in just a few bites. Now Shrek had Fiona back, Donkey had Dragon, and they both had their swamp back. The unlikely group decided then and there that they were going to have a wedding. With just a few words, Shrek and Fiona were married. Donkey carried on, dramatically crying as they wed.
Will you be my Wi-Fi?
Donkey carried on, dramatically crying as they were wed. Oh my God, yes!
Yes.
Moved so greatly by the wedding, Donkey asked Dragon to marry him.
Dragon, When we gonna marry?
in a very unromantic way, but asked her nonetheless, and she agreed. She was very happy at first.
I don't have a ring.
But when Donkey said that he had no ring for her, she gave him a withering stare.
I have a spare.
Luckily, Shrek had a spare for some reason.
Oh, thank you, Shrek.
He offered it to Donkey, who then gave it to Dragon, and the two were wed as well.
Will you be my Wi-Fi?
Donkey, do you take Dragon as your companion for life? Dragon, do you take Donkey as your companion for life? Kiss the bride.
Mwah. Cute.
It was Shrek's turn to dramatically cry, and he did not disappoint. As Fiona silently wiped a tear from her own eye. With that, the four lived happily ever after.
Do you like this hair? Do you think it looks nice? Because I'm keeping it on regardless, but I want to know.
It's beautiful.
Dude,
Okay.
I look like one of those cartoon villains who have the weirdest looking outfit possible.
What is this?
I don't know.
Where do
I
you guys
disapprove of this.
No.
That's scary.
Questioning. No.
as fairy godmother, may you please exit my swamp in a coordinated fashion, as I do not want to resort to violence to get you outside of my swamp. So, may you please leave? It's through permafly.
Well, I guess we don't need Kuragask anymore.
Alright then.
Stuck in the air?
Yeah.
You're just stuck in the air now.
No, you broke her.
Oh, who's that? Who's the little thing? The weird looking bird.
Yeah, it's a Pringle.
You know,
A
this thing is
Pringle?
I'm so lopsided. You're just gonna sit in there and burn, huh?
Yeah.
No, please.
You're gonna become a roast chicken.
I could have died, please.
Oh my god, I'm
Okay, now
healing.
you're stuck in here. Cool.
Now everybody's stuck.
Oh no.
Wait, I'm not stuck. I can scale walls.
Overheating. Oh my god, I am literally so low.
I can scale walls. I'm not stuck anywhere.
No!
What happened?
I tried to pick him up and now I'm stuck. Oh no! Shrek!
Oh my god.
No, Maru, you murdered him. You killed Shrek.
Oh no, she's stuck. Is Maru stuck?
That's awesome. You can't get me. Oh no.